Today on Just Takes 5, who do you want to be? Hey everybody, what's up? My name's Courtney Morrison. This is Just Takes 5. And I've got a question for you today. Who do you want to be? I feel that it's a question that comes up all the time. When you're young, people talk to you about who you're going to grow up to be, or maybe who you act like, whether it's your mom or dad or grandparent or something like that. When you get into school, people ask you, who are you going to be, or what do you want to be? What is going to define you? Those types of things. And then further along, you have to decide whether to go to college or go to the workforce. And then from there, you start turning into the person who you want to be, right? So I want you guys to look at this question a little bit different, and I want to rephrase it. I don't want the question to be, who do you want to be? I want the question to be, who do you have the ability to be? And that doesn't mean that I'm putting limitations on you and that you can't become anybody that you strive to become. Because you truly can. But the idea of putting in the term ability really changes up the way that we think about things. Because when you're a young child, if we talk about who do you have the ability to become, your abilities are limited based upon the knowledge that you have, the situation that you're in. And so there's this difference between who do we want to be and who do we have the ability to be right now. Because it's very difficult for a 3-year-old to say, I want to be a doctor, and then be able to see what it is to become that doctor after many, many years of schooling. And sometimes people lose focus and they lose that goal that they want to become. But if we think about it in the terms of who do we have the ability to be at that time, then we have these other goals in our lives that can help us to get to where we want to be. So who do we have the ability to be as a 3-year-old? Well, we have the ability to act like those people that are around us. We have the ability to act like maybe some of the stars that we see on television or in our favorite YouTube shows. We have the ability to do that. Who do we want to be? Who do we have the ability to be? Now, as we continue on and we go into school, we look at this idea of what do we want to do, or who do we want to be, or at this present time, what is the abilities that we have in order to get us to be the person that we can become? Where are our levels of success? Now, I know. Some people are going to say, that's kind of a weird way of looking at things, because who would ever tell a child, no, you can't do that? Well, that's not what I'm saying. We would never say you can't, but what we are saying is with your current abilities, you can get here. If you want to make it here, you're going to have to work hard to gain more abilities. And so it's this idea of succeeding based upon the abilities that you have, not the talent that you were given, not the family that you were brought up in, but the abilities that you have. Now, as we continue on, those abilities continue to change, meaning that the person who we want to be, which has now become the person that we have the ability to be, can change as well. Take, for instance, myself. I always wanted to be a lawyer when I was younger because I had the ability to be able to argue with people and get them to see my way, because really that's what I thought lawyers did. Then I wanted to be an art teacher because I had the ability to do art. Now, as things continued on, I changed and became an early childhood teacher, which then changed and I became an administrator for children. And then that changed and I became a high school teacher. And then that changed and I became a principal. And so things continued to change based upon the abilities that I acquired and the abilities that I worked hard for. I've seen multiple people now over social media and other places that have went from a career that they were working 5 days a week, normal types of jobs, maybe an accountant, maybe a secretary or whatnot. And now, because they have started working out or going down some journey of maybe weight loss or something else like that, they've gained new abilities, and now they have a job where maybe they are a health coach, or maybe they are doing Zumba or yoga or whatnot. And so they've gained the abilities to do something new. And so my question that I ask you is, who is it that you want to be? Who is it that you have the abilities to be right now? And what are the abilities that you need to strive for in order to get to be who you want to be? That's all we have time for today. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you wouldn't mind, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. You can go ahead and send me an email at justtakes5, that's with a 5, at gmail.com. I thank you guys so much for listening. Love you all. Have a great one, and peace.